At my first startup job, I had no idea what I was doing. I came in with no relevant internship experience and frankly just didn't even know what I was getting myself into. And fast forward many years later, I'm currently working at Notion. I joined as an early employee a few years ago. So I've learned a lot of things along the way. And looking back, there are just so many things that I wish I knew earlier on in my journey. So this is for those of you who are thinking about joining a startup, or those of you who are in your first or second startup and wondering like, what am I doing? And is this still the right place for me? So for this video, I wanted to share a couple mindsets that I really wish I adopted earlier on by framing it off of Herman's whole brain thinking model, which basically goes over different thinking styles that we tend to adopt. So hopefully one of these mindsets resonate and is applicable to your journey. The yellow quadrant represents the imaginative side of you that's full of ideas. And I would say early on in my 20s, I definitely subscribed to the whole like, I need to find my passion. I need to find that one thing that will make me feel fulfilled. And honestly, that statement that I just said right there is pretty problematic. And I realized that it was just so harmful for my mental health because I felt like I was chasing after this like unicorn. So now the mindset I try to adopt, and need be, I still fall into like the whole passion thing, is to treat myself like an experiment. And what I love about this mindset is that it introduces so much play in the process, where it takes away that whole pressure, like, oh, if this isn't it, then like, what is? But rather, you're just trying things out and like following your curiosities or like what excites you. And from there, taking a more deductive approach where it's a trial of elimination. And startups are great for that because, again, you jump in and you can go really broad and it gives you a lot of leeway to try a lot of different things. So I would definitely take advantage of that, especially when you're earlier on in your career. However, the last thing I want to mention is that this shouldn't be limited to just your job. And I'm not saying that you need to get like a side hustle or anything, but just to dedicate other areas of your life to pursue whatever curiosities, and who knows, maybe something will happen there, or maybe you'll just find a really cool hobby and have fun. There is no failure here. It's really a matter of gathering more data so that you can make a more informed decision. So this blue quadrant represents the rational side of us, where logic trumps intuition. And the mindset that I would say here is to see things for what they are and not how it's presented to you. And I say that because at startups, we all know there's just a lot of Kool-Aid going on, right? Like the perks and the benefits and like the social clout, and it's very shiny. So after you kind of peel away all of the layers that don't really matter, some of the questions that you can ask yourself is, number one, how is the business doing? And do you genuinely believe in the vision and mission of the company and think that it will succeed? Because keep in mind, startups are volatile. Around 90% of startups fail, and you really only have 3 outcomes for any given startup. You either go public, you get acquired, or you die. So you want to make sure you choose wisely. And the second question I would ask is, do you respect and believe in the leaders of the company? Because if you don't respect them, or if their values don't align with some of yours, then you probably don't believe in the success of the company. And the people that you work for, you will unintentionally or intentionally adopt their working and like leadership styles. So I just think it's really important to make sure that there are leaders that you look up to and emulate the type of person that you strive to become in your career. And the last question I would say is, are you learning and are you being supported in your role? The company might be doing great, the leaders might be awesome, but you might not be feeling like you're growing and learning. And I think this one's really hard because sometimes there are just phases where you go through periods of rapid growth and sometimes you feel like you're just flopping around. Make sure that you have a conversation with your manager earlier than later and talk through if they have a plan for you and communicate what you hope that plan to be. So the red quadrant represents the emotional side of us. And I really think that emotions at work shouldn't be so taboo because at the end of the day, like, yes, it's a business, but humans are running the business and humans are full of emotions. And I think one mistake that I made, especially during the growing pains at Notion, is writing the highs and lows too much And I realized that it was just too volatile for me and ended up like consuming me, which is not very healthy. So the mindset I would say here is to first of all normalize the emotions that you are feeling and don't let it consume you. I did a video previously about the typical journey of an early employee and the ups and downs that you may encounter. And my manager gave me really great advice that even though like the company is like this, like you want to be like this. And I would say I'm so much better at that now, and it's been very beneficial for my mental health. And I think it comes from first normalizing that the emotions that you're feeling, like probably most of your colleagues are feeling too. So let's just get it out in the open. So don't think that anything is wrong with you. And it's not even something specific to your company. Like almost all startup companies that go through a hypergrowth phase, because there are growing pains in any startup company that you go through, and it's just really normal. So the green quadrant represents the planner side of us that always wants to know what's next. And this is definitely one of my more dominant thinking styles, and something that I really had to learn to rein in, especially when working at super early startups. So the key mindset, I would say, is to embrace and be comfortable with the ambiguity, because there is going to be a lot of that. And I think this is the case for most of us in our early 20s, where we're still figuring things out and don't know what we want. But I would say, especially at startups, it is pretty tough because there is no career trajectory. There is little to no mentorship, and it's really hard to know where you will be at in the next year or two, because it really depends on the success of the company. So you end up putting the company first and then you second. And I'm not saying that's all bad either, because with that ambiguity, you have that much more freedom and flexibility to go wide in your career and really figure out what you like and enjoy. And before you tell yourself like, nope, that's not for me, I hate ambiguity, I would encourage you to challenge yourself. During my undergrad was pursuing medical school, and as you all know, it's a very rigid and predictable path where you know exactly what is required of you. I've always thought I needed that I needed that rigidity and that structure for me to succeed. But when I joined my first startup job, and again, I had no idea what I was getting myself into, fortunately, I realized I really liked the ambiguity. But had I not put myself unknowingly in that situation, I would have never known that about myself. So that really taught me to not box myself so much, because I realized that doesn't factor in my ability to grow and change as a person. So all that to say, those are the 4 mindsets that I wish I knew earlier, but hopefully by sharing it with you, it saves you a lot of stress and gives some mental clarity. And if there's any other topics that you want me to cover, just let me know down in the comments. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!